Hi. So when we load into the cast in a few minutes here, you'll notice that it starts fairly late, around 10 minutes in. Unfortunately, I did catch a few picks, but there was a lot of audio issues, and I had to eventually fix it by just exiting out and coming back in when we resume the cast. So the reason I want to stick with this, though, is because during the cast, the Radiant had a point where they could have gone several different ways. They picked, not sure I saw the first three picks, not sure the order though, but it was Venge, Dazzle, and Doom. So from there, they have a lot of options to go like wherever they want. But the way they chose was they picked a 4th pick Ogre and then a 5th pick PL. And I go later on into video about how with a simple change of the PL for a Death Prophet, and then you'll see that the safe lane also kind of doesn't pan out so well. But with one change, it could have brought their whole job together for reasons I'll detail later on in the video. So without further ado, enjoy. So let's see what we got here. So we know that the it's a little loud. So we know that the PL was middle. We know that bottom lane was a kind of a shit show, and now it's the ult group up at the middle lane fight. There's 4 dire heroes here, 3 Radiant. Pretty absurd. No one's farming bottom considering that on Radiant, considering that they're the ones who are gonna have to. Like God, this lineup is so weird to me. Because, like, do they really outscale Dire? Like, Lich kind of falls off, Bounty kind of falls off. Like, these heroes are focused on, like, winning lanes and stuff, but they still provide something late game. And, like, all these heroes are, like good, but the problem is they're gonna struggle finding farm. They're all dead here. Everyone's dead. Come on. Really? You didn't even, like, bother going for him? Come on. What do you have a Slark? Like, this is an easy kill. Can't believe the Lion let himself die like that. It's absurd. This was so... Alright, you know what? You know what? I messed up. I messed up real bad here because I did not realize he had a Veil. I did not realize that this Ogre Magi was farmed. I was just watching up here, thinking like, both these guys are so dead. There's 4 heroes here wrapping around them and everything. There's no way they take out of this, but apparently he's got a Veil and he's tanky as hell. 16 armor, like almost 10 HP regen or something like that. Just absurd. Like 6 plus the base, like 3.5 or something. Just insane. So yeah, he is very tanky. I can see why they ignored him and went straight for Doom for the track build. So Radiant are putting a ton of emphasis on keeping track of the mid lane and the rotations through it. So they see the bounty here, they know he's going bottom, so PL knows he's getting rotated on. They believe they believe they saw the other line. He might have walked through here and they didn't see him, but either way, they know the bounty's coming down here. Whoa, dude. Here. Like, you had it. That was a kill for sure. There's no way PL gets out of that. Come on. Alright, I don't like this line fucked up for sure. He just needed to get the impale off, and if they initiated with it, it was so fine. That was a free kill with finger. Those are the kind of stuff that you just can't have happen. Sorry, 1 second. Alright, and I'm back. So 6k the reality up in the top lane. That's a lovely name. Oh, fuck, man, I am missing it. I am blowing it hard. I am blowing so many dicks right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Invoker with Midas pickup already. Like this Slark. See, this is what I'm worried about though, right? This Slark. 129 last hits. He's so farmed. Like, his net worth must be insane. Exactly. This is the problem. Because, like, he does, like, Slark does okay against PL. I mean, sorry, PL does okay against Slark. Pretty good, in fact. because it's like hard for him to, if in a ideal scenario, it's hard for him to focus the PL with all the illusions. But Slark still has AoE, and he has ways to figure out who's real, and he has ways to kill him and lock him down after Doppelganger's expended. And when you're this farmed on a Slark, and like it's a very scary prospect for later on. Did you last hit? There you go. They're rotating through the Radiance. They should be placing some deep wards here, but they don't have any. No wards. If they just put some deep wards right there, that would have been huge. Alright, so getting a Track Hold in, he's getting an Impale onto the Doom. Doom will, he goes to the south. He has 1 TP, Venge can cancel to no ult. That's a nice juke. Holy shit, that's a nice juke. Alright, that line made some sick space right there. Not that Venge could catch up with the swap anyway, but regardless. Like, nice juke, man.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lich getting gone on here. He has no way of getting out of this, I don't think, with a stun coming in. Missing the heal bomb, but that's fine. There's no backup, there's no nothing. Invoker pushing bottom lane, he has a TP, the bounty has a TP. They're all going out. Radiant's courier died? Where was that? God, I don't want my okay. Bounty just TPing out. Oh, the heal bomb. Damn, just getting him at the end there. That's a max heal, right? Yeah. Good stuff. Heal to the top lane with boosted travel. He's good. He has good farm too. Sorry about that yawn. Okay, so let's. Normally, I go into too much about the item specific things, like where they are, what they're doing, how, like what they're doing with vision, all that kind of thing. Let's talk about the overall scope of the game. Let's talk about like when they're gonna high ground and stuff like that, and Roshans and things like that. So whenever you want to talk about Roshans, another important thing to notice is that Invoker can very easily solo Roshan this game with bounties scouting for him and giving all that intel. So that is a big thing that I'm looking at this game, if he solos Roshan or not. Because he should see that he can do it, especially with drums and all that. Boots of travel, yeah, he can like push out a lane, come back, get Rosh very easily. Setting up for the Doom on middle. We have 2 Invis heroes with a Lich. Are they going to commit the Chain Frost for this is the question. Are they going to try and get Gradient? Alright, they have enough. Yep. And oh, Chain Frost, Chain Frost, Chain Frost. You can come in with a Chain Frost and get 1 bounce here. That was a kill with Chain Frost. Next, just back up. He has Sun's on cooldown, good TP out. Slark's gonna come in and wreck house because he's so farmed. He's an SMY. Damn. Alright. Ult, yeah. Now this ogre's dead. Oh, nice grave. He's gonna. Man, he's so tanky. He's just healing up through all of it. This is the kind of sustain that I wish they had with the Death Prophet, to just like barrel down and just like fight so strong with an ogre and a dazzle and all that. Just barrel down, try and end the game as soon as possible. But they went for the PL middle instead, trying to get some late game assurance. When I really don't think they have enough late game, unless they get a Doom off on Slark and Invoker and pick them off. Then they're sitting pretty because Bounty and Lich just don't scale too hard. But like the way they're gonna find farm in this game is just so odd in a way. Like how they laned it, how bottom was essentially just like get ogre to be tanky, but then like I don't know. I don't believe in ogre too much. I think he's a strong hero, but I don't think going safe lane farm with a tri lane is the way to play him. We'll see how it works out here though. I'm very hopeful that Radiant take it. I want them to win with this draft because it looks really interesting. But I have a feeling that Dire's going to pull it out just with the more traditional style they have. Now smoked from most of the Radiant here. Do they have any catch outside of swap into Doom? That's it, right? Yeah. If they don't get swap into Doom on a Slark, before he gets his ult off, there's no way they get him. So I don't know how, like, they're setting up for that Slark, but that was the only way. And ideally Slark won't die to that, because he'll see it coming with his, well, it's daytime, so that his night vision is irrelevant. But ideally he sees it coming, because it's so short range, 700 for a 1050 range swap smoke break. Peel is pretty farmed here, but he's still behind the 2 cores of, and this is the thing, like, Venge super poor, Dazzle super poor. Doom will eventually get farmed naturally just because he has a Midas through his Devour. Well, not that great of a Midas, you know, level 125 gold. It's not super, but it's something. And later on it'll definitely pick up. But yeah, it's Ogre and PL for the 2 cores that have to output everything this game. Free kill onto the, oh, nice swap, putting him outside of the range, but he'll still die. There's no way with Slark just here and everything going on like this that the Venge gets out. And Ogre is super tanky, but he's also gonna get dove on you. PL, he TP'd out. The Dazzle was nowhere near. He also was TP cooldown. And Doom, I think TP'd out from here, which was the right choice. But yeah, no backup coming in from because of TP cooldowns, just securing both those deaths. And these are the kind of deaths you can't have on a lineup like this. Like, Ogre cannot afford to die like that. It hurts the Radiant so much, and they're completely reliant almost on PL now. Because look at the net worth drop. He was like almost like equal. He was a 500 or 1,000 gold behind, and now he's 3,000 gold behind. It's a huge drop off all of a sudden. That's what's going to keep happening if they don't take really good engagements all the time and fight around his innate tankiness and somewhat and pretty consistent damage output. Like, they need it so bad. They need it to go well so bad. Is any detection? No, just walks away freely. He has no backup either. It's all up here. Slark, they do have vision? Radiant? Yeah, Radiant have vision of him right now. Go. Is he gonna? They see him. They see them take the invis. They need to be careful. Where's the detection? All right. Back to all vision. So yeah, they put it. He can still get out of this. They get swapped him off, but that's it. Sorry about the burp there. Hopefully I can just edit that out in post. Now they see it. It's Phantom Lancer. Well, man, a Phantom Lancer too. We'll have to go back. Like, if they saw him low, so he's probably walking back to Fountain right now. They realize, or at least they're thinking, because they don't have any arcane boots. Alright, they do. My bad. That was actually just a gamble. I didn't know if they had arcane boots or not, to be in all honesty. Free tower for the Dire, because they're just too strong. And they have no way to initiate except for swap. Oh, whoops, took my hand off the mouse for a second. Initiate onto the Doom. Without Doom, there's no way they fight. Or there's no way they fight well. I guess the mic off, as he should be able to. And now this is gonna go so poorly. Goddamn. They did finish off the Lion and the Bounty Hunter, but it's just not gonna be enough. After Doom dies, it's just so bad. Like, they need Doom so much for this fights to go well. And not just like any Doom. They need Doom on Invoker or Slark. It has to work like that, or else their whole draft just falls apart. Not their whole draft, but the way they played their draft and the way they like laned and everything. The culmination of it all. They needed the Doom.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
You'll like what happens without it. They just lose racks. 23 minutes. They're just so weak without it. And this is why I was saying that Death Prophet over PL was probably the right decision, because you don't want to fight late game into this.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Invoker's trying to style onto this PL, or rather the other way around. Yeah, PL doppelganger cooldown 1 second, and saving it. Cold Snap has to do it now. Doesn't get over the tree line.
Dominating.
No way. Slark on the mid lane, going ham. He has ult off on right now. He's gonna Dark Pact as soon as he gets out of it. Easy. Just wastes his stun on the catapult there. Dodges the Venge stun. That's the thing. They have so many telegraph disables. It's really easy for Slark to break them all. Like, he can easily remove Ignite. He can easily break the Magic Missile. He can easily, not super easily, but you know, he can remove Fire Blast fairly accurately. They don't have good disables to lock him down, especially in Dark Pact. They have no ground targeted disable that hurts him. So Slark is going to have a really easy time this game. And on top of his super high net worth, he's just going to be able to, I think, outcarry and outpace this Phantom Lancer. Because it's not a 1v1, it's a 5v5, and that Slark's going to wreck your other 4. And you're not going to wreck his other 4 anywhere near as hard. Look how aggressive he can be. Boom, blinks in, goes on to this guy. He has to swap him back, and now Venge is dead. And there's no Doom, because he's in his Dark Pact. And now he gets initiated on with the Doom, and he gets blown up, and now their whole draft is, again, falling apart. He's so tanky, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm so glad he recognized how strong he was, because he just absolutely destroyed the Radiant here. And that is exactly what he needed to do. Just blink up, go super aggressive, understand that they cannot do anything to him, and just eat the Radiant alive and end the game. Very well played by the Slark in that regard right there. Ogre wasn't even there, he didn't even want to boots of travel in. Just like, whatever guys, I got this mid lane. It's all good, we won the game anyway. And, I mean, I don't want to call it, but I do. This game's over. Dire won it. Everyone knows it. So now let's just see what happens with, like, all that's going to happen now is how high does his GPM get, basically. Go per minute, 710. See if we can get any higher. Yeah, like, yeah, there's no way. Even if they got team wiped, like, they're still okay, but how can they come back from 2 racks down in 26 minutes with this lineup? Like, it's hard. And they have such good pickoff potential with Slark, Sunstrikes, and Lion Blinks. Alright, that's gonna about wrap it up for this game. So we saw, like, the main focus on, like, the main thing I want to take away from this game is how Slark, well, not how Slark, how Radiant, drafted themselves into a corner with their first 3 picks, being Dazzle, Ogre, and a Venge. Actually, sorry, it was Dazzle, Venge, Doom, not in that order, but those were the first 3, and then I think Ogre, and then PL. But with those first 3, they still have ways to go about their draft, but then with the Ogre pick, it just cornered them so much, and they had to get a mid laner. They're like Dazzle mid and Ogre mid are weak, especially against an Invoker. Not especially, but they're just, Invoker's so strong, and they're not particularly strong mid laners. But so they went for the PL, and it does good versus Invoker. It's one of the few heroes that is like a favorable matchup. But it's just for the overall game plan of the game, like where are they going to go with this PL in this lane, in these lanes that they've set up? Like, what are they going to do? They just didn't have a plan moving forward to how to end the game, and that's why I said Death Prophet would have been a really good pick, because if you went Venge carry, and then you have Ogre and Dazzle, who are very sustainable supports, and a Doom offlane who will naturally just find farm, because he can go and easily do the hard camp, as well as Death Prophet doing okay versus Invoker. You just need to barrel down super hard, because then the Slark will have farm, but he's not that great when he's being pushed into super hard, and he can't split push that fast. And Invoker can split push, like, okay, with like the Quas Exort build, but it just, you can push so fast with all of your heroes, with Vengeur doing so much, and the Death Prophet doing also so much damage to towers and everything with Exorcism, that you can probably high ground at like maybe 18 minutes, ideally, or like 20 minutes, probably around 20 minutes. Like, you don't have, like, even, like, you have the minus armor with Vengeful Spirit to even potentially do Roche, and then with the Aegis, go high ground really easily. Not super easily, because, you know, they still have some like defensive capability in the frost armor, keeping the tower alive, slowing down the pushes, all that kind of thing. But I think it was their best chance at winning for sure, to try and go for that line of play. And the laning stage would have been weird because Bounty Hunter and Lich like help win those lanes. That win their lanes really hard. But the way they went about it was definitely no better, and it had a, in my opinion, lower chance of being able to actually win the game and not just lose slower. So that's going to be it for this cast. End of the game 27-28. Very quick game for the Dire. GG guys.